The world is going to try its absolute hardest to try and turn you into somebody that you're not. And you have to make the conscious decision to either become a victim of the world or stay true to your own beliefs about yourself and your morals, values, and standards. Like when you really think about it, in the amount of opinions you receive in one day, let alone your entire life, it's probably millions. And a lot of times with those opinions, you've allowed them to influence who you become. You've allowed them to dictate how you see yourself, dictate how you see the world, dictate how you measure yourself and the value that you hold as a person. And with all those opinions constantly being thrown your way, it can take you away from your true, authentic self. Like I was on this podcast a few months ago, and the dude was just basically telling me how he saw me as a younger version of himself. Now, this person, mind you, now is like this toxic dude who treats women poorly, and he has all these various different women, and he's become that typical red pill type of person. And I was kind of telling him my values and the type of man that I want to be for myself and how I want to treat somebody that I bring into my life. And we just had two completely different viewpoints. And he saw me not as a simp, but as like a softer person. And I was telling him like, hey, I just don't aspire to be that person. And he said, yeah, once I saw women as this way, thinking that, oh, women are good people, or that I don't have to be this mean person in order to get women or whatever like that. And he basically allowed the results that he was getting from the world, hey, women treating him poorly, women taking advantage of him, to determine the type of person that he became. So he basically became a victim of his pain. So he said, hey, everybody's hurting me, everybody's taking advantage of me, everybody's manipulating me. So that's exactly what I'm gonna give back out into the world. Even though it doesn't align with who I originally wanted to be, that seems to be who I need to become in order to achieve the goal of getting women in my life, basically. And so he essentially just became a victim of his pain and a victim of the results that the world was giving him. And as a result, it took him away from his true, authentic self. And that's just one of many examples. Like we could go on and on about the school system, how the school system can dictate our own self-image, whether we see ourselves as a failure, whether we see ourselves as capable of achieving certain things in this world, all based off a number, all based off a letter grade, all based off what colleges we get accepted into. All these things that are out of our control and that are just of the world, that the world has constantly tried to push onto us, and that are opinions rather than facts. All these things influence our self-image. A lot of us have allowed them to determine how we view ourselves, who we become in this world. Like a lot of us see all these constant different opinions on social media. We're in a constant state of comparison. We're in a constant state of seeing other people our same age and thinking we have to be this different type of person in order to achieve these specific results, whether that's money, whether that's a certain amount of followers, whether that's a certain person that has a certain amount of friends, whether other people are constantly accepting us or not. You see how people in this world are constantly being influenced to step outside of their true authentic self and become somebody who they think they have to be. And again, it's hard, and you really have to be clear on who you are to you, who you see yourself as capable of becoming, the gifts that are within you, what you believe you're capable of accomplishing in this world. You know, there's millions of people who didn't go to college and were told that they would never become anything. There's millions of people who flunked out of high school and were told they would never become anything, all because of these labels, all because of failure. This grade, that grade, this acceptance to this college, or this amount of friends, this amount of followers. All these things we allow to constantly influence how we view ourselves. But the difference between a lot of successful people in this world who maybe didn't even come from the best of places, whether that was with their grades, whether that was just their environment, the friends they were around, they didn't allow that to become a limit to how they viewed themselves. They didn't allow where they came from, all these different labels that people constantly tried to give them. The world constantly tried to label them as. They didn't allow it to put a limit on how they viewed themselves, because they knew who they were and they knew who they saw themselves capable of becoming. And so I just say that to say that you're going to receive a lot of negativity from this world, whether that's negative results, whether that's you failing in a certain aspect of you going after a goal, or going after you trying to fulfill your dream, whether that's you trying to pursue after this specific relationship and it not working out, whether that's you not meeting your own expectations, whether that's other people becoming disappointed in the person that they see you as, whether that's other people not believing in you. Like, you see how there's so many opinions that you receive on a daily basis that can dictate how you measure yourself, dictate how you form or shape your self-image, dictate what you believe you are and aren't capable of accomplishing in this world. You can't allow what the world constantly emphasizes, or these different worldly values that aren't facts, but are rather just opinions and are basically just a mass of different statements and things, allow them to put a cap on how you view yourself, put a cap on who you're capable of becoming in this world, put a cap on who you're capable of growing into. A lot of people overlook the fact that, hey, you're capable of learning, you're capable of growing in this world, you're capable of becoming something more than who you already are now. And those really aren't even the only ways in which people become victims in this world. Like I said, people become victims of their pain, people become victims of their results. People see, hey, this person got taken away from me, this person left me, I have this trauma in my life, and they allow it to influence who they become. They allow it to sometimes become an excuse. Hey, I went through this in my childhood, so you need to treat me like this. You have to take my past trauma into consideration in every action I do. You see how some people essentially use their trauma as a crutch at times. Like, they don't even try and heal from it. They allow it to dictate who they'll forever be. Essentially, they'll say, this happened, or my mom left me, so I get to treat you this way, or you always have to take that into consideration, or this person broke up with me, I've always been treated this way by people, so now I'm going to manipulate you, now I'm going to treat you poorly, now I'm going to give that same pain out into the world that the world has constantly given to me. And what I've realized is that you have to get out of that mindset and essentially just be able to accept whatever the world gives you and not allow it to take you away from who you are or how you view yourself. Like, I know who I want to be. I know the man I want to be. I know the impact I want to have on this world. I know the impact I want to have on other people's lives. I know how I want to see myself and who I want other people to see me as. And so I can't allow, hey, whether people believe in me, whether people believe I'm capable of becoming that person, whether people take advantage of the type of person I am, whether that's me giving out positivity and them somehow trying to manipulate me or just taking advantage of me, whether that's other people not seeing the value in me and stuff like that. I can't allow all these different things to deter me from the path I know I want to be on, the path to becoming this specific person, the path to becoming who I believe God wants me to be. Because when I allow all those different things to influence who I become, then it takes me away from my purpose. Then it takes me away from the journey that I'm supposed to be going on. Then it takes me away from becoming who God needs me to be and fulfilling my purpose on this earth. You know, I could sit here all day and talk about how people have treated me in my past, the amount of people that have lied to me, the amount of people who have done me completely dirty, the amount of people who have tried to say what I'm doing is wrong and stuff like that. But if I allowed those things to have such a heavy impact on me, I probably wouldn't be creating this video. I probably wouldn't be making videos on TikTok. I probably wouldn't be grinding as hard as I do. And sometimes it has to become your motivation. Like, sometimes you have to see how other people see you and say, okay, I got to prove myself right. I got to prove how I view myself and the image and the person that I know I'm capable of becoming, the gifts I know that are within me. I've really got to go 10 times harder in order to prove who I know I'm capable of becoming to myself. Not for the outer world, but to myself. Because again, when you're receiving so many different opinions and people are constantly telling you you need to be living your life a certain way, after a while, when you're getting the same opinion over and over, you begin to almost think, is it a fact? Like, is my way of thinking, is their way of thinking or viewing the world, is it better than mine just because so many people seem to disagree with me and so many people seem to agree with that way of living? And again, it all comes down to the amount of belief you have within yourself, the amount of belief you have in your own mindset, the amount of belief you have in your own vision and your own capabilities in this world. And again, I know it's hard because I've been through it. I've received a lot of the things. And the key is to learn to just accept it. Learn to accept that sometimes when you're trying to be different from everybody else, not everybody's going to understand you. Not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody's going to be living the same life as you because you're going down your own path. You're creating your own path, essentially. And when you're creating a path that's never been traveled before, you can't expect anybody to understand that path that's never traveled it because it's never been traveled before. So, like, when you really think about it, everything in this world was once a crazy idea. It was once something that people didn't believe was capable of becoming. Whether that was a MacBook, whether that was lighting, whether that was candles, like all these things were once just an idea that people didn't believe in until they saw it become a reality. And so just understand that, yeah, people might call you crazy for how you do things, how you live your life in this world, how you treat other people and things like that. But when you know the results that you're looking to achieve for yourself, whether that's just mental peace, whether that's just having a positive impact on people's lives, whether that's fulfilling your purpose in this world, whether that's bringing value to the world, helping people change for the better, like when you just have that belief in yourself and the vision you see for yourself and what you're looking to accomplish in this world, you can't allow outside opinions to deter you from that path. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. Be sure to join up on the Discord. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that. Turn on post noties. We're hosting weekly calls in the Discord. I would appreciate you guys if you come out to those completely free. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.